So there was just a major hack from China on American phones, cell phone networks, and they were targeting both political parties and many other things. And I want to take this opportunity to address one of the most ridiculous sort of apologist refrain regarding defending TikTok and how that makes sense. It's one of the, in my opinion, best examples of the lack of critical thinking in this country. The idea that you would have grown adults who are presumably educated that would suggest that there is any way the same or similar levels of risk of corporations, right, who definitely do some sneaky things. So in terms of, them having access to your devices, right? You install the Facebook app, right? And you're just doing it because you want to keep contact with your friends or something. But what is Facebook doing behind the scenes? And I'm doing that kind of sarcastically, but I mean, legitimately, they have been caught doing a lot of very bad things. I mean, the very nature of these social media apps is very destructive. I mean, suicide. I mean, we could just go on and on about the destruction and damage coming from these corporations. But with that being said, the ultimate in simpleton logic is for you to defend TikTok by equating an American corporation with an adversary. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. You have an adversary that would like to see this country fail. You have an adversary that might want to have your phone explode, right? Or might want to manipulate our elections in a way that leads to chaos and suffering for so many people. We don't have any shared sort of interests with an adversary, right? We do with corporations, as bad as they are and can be. We at least have some shared interests because we both live in the same country, right? Facebook doesn't want us to have a recession or let me be as specific as possible. Facebook does not want this country to collapse, right? Facebook does not want to see America fall. Facebook does not want its users to die, right? So for example, we know that social media potentially increases the, people getting suicidal. But I think as long as those numbers stay below a certain amount that Facebook deems acceptable for business, I think they might be sort of okay with it. But an adversary might want to maximize that, right? They want maximum chaos, maximum destruction. They want maximum failure of America. Bring America to its knees, right? So things like, let's spy on our users who might be in the military or close to people in the military so that we can get information that we can use to be able to target American soldiers abroad and take them out, all right? Find out locations of secret bases or people that are undercover, whatever it is, right? Basically use this information, spy on our phones and use this information to kill American citizens, right? Not as in the quest of maximizing profits, we have this harmful thing where some people might kill themselves. No, we want to actively kill, like as an adversary, right? You want to actively kill your enemies, right? You want to actively kill Americans. You want to actively go after and dismantle and destroy the country. So it's absolutely insane, especially when it's coming from the left, when I hear these left-wing people that, again, in this country, we have an obsession with attention and social media. I mean, it's a sickness such that people will come up with the most ridiculous explanations to defend this social media thing, because TikTok, I mean, people are going viral and, it's just an exploding thing. And we're just like, look, I can get viral. Look, somewhere I can get views. Maybe I can be a superstar, become even a bigger, like, you can't help yourself, right? So you see a platform like this and like, the corporations, they're what you worried about China, but you're not worried about the corporations and what they're doing? How about we worried about both? But we also recognize which one is far worse. Think about the idea of having I'll call it a child predator, having access to your daughter's phone, as well as a certain troublemaking family member who is within your immediate family. And imagine trying to equate the two and saying, you're only worried about the child predator, or you're not worried about this family member. And look at all the chaos that they cause. Look at how they actually had at one time stole information from their own brother, and they caused this and they caused that. And do you know this person actually went and took his father's car and drove it off a cliff and whatever, and all you're worried about is this child predator. It's like people don't have the sensibility to understand there's levels in life, right? Serial killer, not the same level as just a killer who just killed one person, right? Person who's shoplifting toothpaste is not the same thing as someone who's doing armed bank robberies. There's levels, right? There's a risk and danger of these corporations for many different reasons. But again, we have at least some level of shared interests, and they're not literally trying to kill us or destroy us. They're just trying to make that money, right? An adversary wants to destroy us. They want to bring us to our knees. They want to be the world leader, not America. Even if you still believe that TikTok is okay, it's not a big deal, your quest and obsession with attention and fame and trying to make money online from your basement is so strong that you want to defend TikTok, okay, fine, but you can't use the what about the corporations argument, because you just look stupid. You look stupid. That's what you look like, right? You look like you can't think. You don't have a brain. You don't have any level of critical thinking when you make these kinds of ridiculous arguments. Or you just look dishonest to where you're so obsessed with attention and fame that you don't want anything to pull away from that. So you'll just manufacture whatever you can. I mean, there's, TikTok is not Satan, For example, there's certain activist groups that have been able to do good things using TikTok. Okay, fine. But two things can be true, right? Two things can be true. Don't tell me that if I am an adversary and I want to destroy America by getting access to critical infrastructure, by being on people's phones. Don't tell me it's that easy. I mean, if I could create an app that would be very beneficial for MAGA to use to spread their message for some reason, maybe other places they get suppressed, and on my platform it gets boosted, then they would be okay with allowing me as an adversary to have my app in America, and I'd be free to use that app to destroy America, just as long as I'm adding value for MAGA. So MAGA be like, leave the app alone. It's a great app, and the reason you're attacking it is because you want to attack MAGA. You don't like MAGA being able to, and the same thing on the left, right? So you guys a lot of you are defending, Palestine, and maybe you're getting attacked and suppressed, and Trump is coming into office, and maybe he does stuff to, try to target you guys and attack your bank account somehow or something like that. So if I create a platform where you're able to spread your message supporting Palestine and get a lot of views, and you're not getting doxxed, you're not getting your account, you're totally comfortable defending my app, and that's all I got to do. So I just need to do that, and then I'm good to go. So I can go out and I can target your phones, I can target your families, I can target the military, target the government, right? It can have free reign to do whatever I want to do to try to destroy the country, as long as I'm providing some kind of value to the left or to MAGA or to whatever group is largest to defend my product. That's all it takes? Really? Good to know. If I'm ever an adversary of America, I'll do just that.